Hey, everybody, ready for a deep dive into something super important?
I'm ready.
We're going to be talking about data protection,
Right.
but not just like the typical backup stuff.
Yeah.
We're going deeper today. We're exploring a feature
Okay.
that could really make your backups pretty much invincible.
Interesting.
Think about it.
Yeah.
What's the point of meticulously backing everything up if someone could just delete like the entire volume?
Oh, wow.
It would be like, locking your front door, but leaving the back door wide open.
Well, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about adding that extra layer of security, you know, that lock on the back door, so to speak.
Right.
And that's where this idea of volume deletion protection comes in.
Okay.
It's not just about accidental deletions either. We're talking about situations where someone, maybe like a disgruntled employee, or even scarier, a ransomware attacker.
Oh, wow.
Specifically targets your backups to make recovery like impossible.
Okay. I am officially intrigued.
Right.
But before we get into like the how and the why, break it down for me. What exactly IS volume deletion protection?
So imagine this. You're setting up a new storage volume on one of our systems.
Yeah.
You go through the usual steps, allocating space, setting permissions.
Right.
And then you see it, just a simple checkbox that says volume deletion protection.
Right.
You check that box and boom.
Yeah.
That volume becomes basically untouchable.
Wow.
Even if an administrator with the highest level of access tries to delete it, they can't.
So they can't even like accidentally delete it?
Nope. It's like putting that data in a digital vault.
Okay. That sounds pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But you mentioned ransomware attacks.
Right.
How exactly does this feature help in those situations?
So think about a typical ransomware attack.
Yeah.
The attackers they get, encrypt your data, then demand a ransom to unlock it. But to really cripple your ability to recover, they'll often try to delete or corrupt your backups.
Oh, wow.
With volume deletion protection.
Yeah.
Those backups are basically immune to that tactic.
Though they can't even touch them.
Nope. They're locked down, inaccessible even to the attackers.
Wow.
This gives you the upper hand, allowing you to potentially restore your data without paying the ransom.
So it's not just about peace of mind.
No.
It could actually be like a game changer in a real crisis.
Absolutely.
That's pretty powerful.
And the beauty of it is it's not this complex, difficult to implement feature.
Right.
It's integrated right into our systems.
Okay.
You check a box and you've significantly strengthened your data protection.
I bet some of our listeners are thinking,
yeah,
okay, this sounds great, but what if I do need to delete a protected volume for some reason? Like, let's say we're retiring an old system or something.
That's a valid question.
Yeah.
And of course, we've built in a mechanism for that. Okay. But it's not a simple click and delete, right?
Well, remember, this feature is designed with security as the top priority.
Okay.
So disabling protection. It involves a multi-step process with multiple layers of verification.
Walk me through it.
Sure.
What exactly does that look like?
So first, you'll need authorization from not one, but two designated personnel within your organization.
So 2 people have to sign off on it?
Yes. This ensures that the request is legitimate.
Okay.
And not some rogue employee trying to do something they shouldn't.
Right, right.
Then you'll need a unique deletion protection override code.
What is that?
Think of it like a one-time password specifically for that volume.
Oh, okay.
And finally, you'll need to contact our support team, who will verify the request and provide guidance.
Okay, so it's secure.
Yes.
But not impossible to disable if you have a legitimate reason.
Exactly.
But even with all these safeguards, I'm sure some folks might worry about accidentally triggering the protection.
And locking themselves out of their own data.
Right.
Is that a real concern?
It's understandable to have that concern.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's extremely unlikely.
Okay.
Remember, the process of enabling volume deletion protection is very deliberate.
Right.
You're not going to accidentally stumble upon it and lock yourself out.
Okay.
Plus, the interface itself is designed to be clear and intuitive. When a volume is protected, the delete options are actually grayed out.
Oh, so you can see it.
Yes, visually indicating that they're off limits.
So it's secure, but also user-friendly.
Exactly. We've designed this feature to be powerful yet accessible, ensuring that it's not just a technical marvel, but a practical tool that anyone can use to strengthen their data protection.
That leads to a question I've been thinking about.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the technical aspects.
Right.
But let's talk about the bigger picture.
Sure.
How does volume deletion protection actually impact an organization's ability to recover from data loss incidents?
That's a great question, and it's really at the heart of why this feature is so important.
Okay.
In the simplest terms, it buys you time and options.
Okay.
Let's say the worst happens.
Mm-hmm.
You get hit by ransomware, a natural disaster, or even just a major hardware failure.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
In those situations, every minute counts.
Right.
With volume deletion protection, you know that your backups are safe and sound, giving you a solid foundation for recovery.
So you're not starting from scratch.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
You have a lifeline, a way to get your business back up and running quickly.
So it's not just about preventing data loss.
No.
It's about ensuring business continuity.
Yeah.
About having that safety net that allows you to bounce back from any disruption.
Precisely. It's about resilience.
Yeah.
About having that extra layer of confidence that even in the face of the unexpected, you have the tools and the data you need to recover and keep moving forward.
That peace of mind is invaluable.
It is.
Especially in today's world, where threats are constantly evolving and data is more critical than ever before.
Absolutely. And it's something we take very seriously at Stonefly. We're constantly innovating, developing solutions that help organizations like yours protect their valuable data assets and ensure business continuity.
Now, you mentioned that data is more critical than ever.
Right.
Let's dig into that a bit.
Okay.
What are some of the specific ways that data loss can impact a business?
Sure.
Beyond just like the obvious financial costs.
Well, financial costs are certainly significant.
Right.
Lost revenue recovery expenses, potential legal fees. It can add up quickly.
Yeah.
But the impact goes far beyond the bottom line. Think about reputational damage.
Okay.
If your customer's data is compromised or lost, it can severely erode trust and loyalty.
Yeah.
Potentially leading to long-term damage to your brand.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Data breaches and loss incidents are constantly in the news these days. It's definitely something consumers are more aware of than ever before.
Right.
Losing data can be a PR nightmare for a company.
Exactly. And then there's the impact on operations.
Okay.
If you lose access to critical data, it can bring your entire business to a standstill.
Oh, wow.
Orders can't be processed, shipments can't be tracked, customer service can't function effectively. The disruption can be massive and have a cascading effect on every aspect of your business.
It's like pulling a single thread in a sweater and watching the whole thing unravel.
Yeah.
It highlights just how interconnected everything is in today's digital world.
It does, and it underscores the importance of having robust data protection measures in place. Not just backups, but multiple layers of security and redundancy, including features like volume deletion protection.
Speaking of layers of security, let's dive a bit deeper into the technical side of volume deletion protection.
Sure.
Earlier, you mentioned that even administrators can't delete protected volumes. How exactly is that achieved?
So it's not magic, but it is pretty clever engineering. Essentially, when you enable volume deletion protection, we're leveraging a combination of access controls and system-level flags to restrict deletion operations. Think of it as a combination lock on that data vault.
Right.
The access controls determine who has the authority to even attempt a deletion. And the system-level flags essentially mark the volume as untouchable, regardless of who's trying to access it.
So even if someone bypasses the user interface or tries to use some kind of backdoor method to delete the data, those flags will still be there, preventing the deletion from happening.
Exactly. That's reassuring. And it's important to remember that these security measures are constantly being reviewed and updated to stay ahead of evolving threats. We have a dedicated team of engineers who are laser focused on ensuring that our data protection features are as robust and effective as possible.
That's good to know.
It's part of our commitment to providing our customers with the peace of mind they need to focus on their business, knowing that their data is safe and secure.
If you're interested in exploring how our data protection appliances can benefit your organization, feel free to reach out to us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com.
We're always happy to answer your questions and help you find the right solutions for your specific needs.
That level of dedication to security is definitely impressive.
Thanks.
But I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, the idea of untouchable data. Doesn't that create a potential problem?
What do you mean?
What if there's a legitimate reason to delete a protected volume.
Okay.
Let's say there's a legal requirement to purge certain data,
Right.
or maybe a regulatory audit requires specific data to be removed.
Uh-huh.
How do you handle those situations?
That's a great question, and it's something we've carefully considered. While we prioritize data protection, we also understand that there are situations where data deletion might be necessary.
Okay.
That's why we have that multi-step process I described earlier.
Right.
The one with the two-person authorization, the unique override code, and the involvement of our support team.
So it's not just a matter of flipping a switch.
No, it's not.
There's a deliberate process in place.
Yes.
To ensure that any decision to disable protection
Right.
is made with careful consideration and proper authorization.
Yeah, exactly. It's about striking that balance between security and flexibility. We want to make sure the data is protected from accidental or malicious deletion,
Right.
but also allow for legitimate reasons to remove data when necessary.
Okay, good.
It's worth mentioning that this process isn't just about security. It's also about accountability.
Okay.
Having a clear audit trail of who authorized the deletion, when it happened, and why it was necessary can be incredibly valuable, especially in heavily regulated industries.
So we've talked about the how
Yeah.
and the why of volume deletion protection.
Right.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the who.
Okay.
Who are the types of organizations that benefit most from this feature? Is it something that's relevant for everyone, or is it more niche?
It's definitely relevant for a wide range of organizations.
Okay.
But there are certain sectors where it's particularly valuable.
Okay.
For example, any organization that handles sensitive personal data,
Like what?
think healthcare, finance, education,
Okay.
they absolutely need this level of protection.
Right.
Not only do they have a moral obligation to safeguard their customers' information, but they're also subject to strict regulations with hefty penalties for data breaches.
Data breaches are a nightmare scenario for any organization.
They are.
But in those sectors, the stakes are even higher.
Absolutely. And then there are industries where data loss can have a direct impact on public safety or critical infrastructure. Think about energy companies, transportation providers, government agencies.
Right.
In those cases, data loss isn't just a business disruption.
Right.
It can have far-reaching consequences.
So it's not just about protecting data.
Yeah.
It's about protecting lives, operations, and even national security in some cases.
Exactly. And even beyond those specific sectors,
Yeah.
any organization that relies heavily on data for its day-to-day operations can benefit from volume deletion protection.
Right.
It's that extra layer of insurance, that peace of mind, knowing that even if something goes wrong, you have a solid backup plan.
You know, we've talked a lot about the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Data breaches, ransomware, attacks, regulatory compliance. But I think it's important to acknowledge that even in the absence of those major threats,
Right.
volume deletion protection can be incredibly valuable for just everyday peace of mind,
Yeah.
knowing that your data is safe from accidental deletion,
Right.
whether it's a misclick, a scripting error, or just plain old human error. That can be a huge relief for IT teams and business owners.
You're absolutely right. It's about reducing risk across the board, both from external threats and internal mistakes.
Right.
It's about creating a more resilient and reliable data environment,
Okay.
which ultimately benefits everyone in the organization.
It's like having that safety net
Uh-huh.
under the trapeze artist. Even if they never fall, it's still there providing that sense of security
Yeah.
that allows them to perform at their best.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's about having that safety net for your data,
Right.
allowing you to focus on what matters most,
Yeah.
running your business, serving your customers, and achieving your goals.
And speaking of achieving goals,
Yeah.
I'm curious from your perspective, what's the key takeaway
Sure.
you want our listeners to leave with today?
I think the key takeaway is that data protection is no longer just about backups.
Okay.
It's about a multi-layered approach. That includes security redundancy and proactive measures like volume deletion protection.
Right.
It's about understanding the value of your data
Yeah.
and taking the necessary steps to safeguard it against a wide range of threats.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's about finding solutions
Yes,
that are both powerful and easy to implement.
exactly.
You don't need to be a security expert to understand the benefits
Right.
of volume deletion protection or to implement it within your organization.
Exactly. And if you're looking for solutions that can help you achieve that level of data protection, we encourage you to reach out to us at Stonefly.
Okay.
You can find us online at www.stonefly.com or contact our sales team directly at sales@stonefly.com.
Right.
We're always happy to answer your questions, discuss your specific needs,
Yeah.
and help you find the right solutions to protect your valuable data assets.
Now, we've talked a lot about the technical details of volume deletion protection, but I want to bring it back to the real world for a moment. Can you share any real-life examples of how this feature has benefited our customers?
Yeah.
Are there any stories you can tell that illustrate its impact
Sure.
in a tangible way?
Absolutely. We've seen numerous cases
Okay.
where volume deletion protection has been instrumental in preventing data loss and enabling quick recovery.
Okay.
One example that comes to mind is a healthcare organization that was hit by a ransomware attack.
Oh, wow.
The attackers managed to encrypt a significant portion of their data.
Oh, God.
But because their backups were protected, with volume deletion protection, they were able to restore their systems.
And they got everything back.
Yes, and get back up and running within a matter of hours.
Wow.
Avoiding a major disruption to patient care and minimizing the financial impact of the attack.
That's a powerful example of how this feature can make a real difference
It is.
in a crisis situation.
And it highlights the importance of being proactive about data protection.
Right.
You never know when disaster might strike.
That's true.
But having the right safeguards in place can mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major catastrophe.
Speaking of proactive measures,
Yeah.
are there any other steps
Sure.
that organizations can take
Okay.
to complement volume deletion protection
Right.
and further strengthen their data security posture?
Absolutely. Volume deletion protection is a powerful tool,
Yeah.
but it's not a silver bullet.
Right.
It's part of a comprehensive data security strategy that should include multiple layers of protection.
Can you give us some examples of those additional layers?
Sure.
What are some other things organizations should be thinking about?
Of course, one crucial aspect is user education and awareness.
Okay.
Even with the most advanced technical safeguards in place,
Yeah.
human error remains one of the biggest security risks.
So it's not just about technology, it's about people too.
Exactly. Making sure your employees understand the importance of data security, knowing how to identify potential threats, and following best practices for handling sensitive information.
Okay.
Those are all critical components of a strong security posture.
It's like building a fortress.
Yeah.
You need strong walls,
Yeah.
but you also need well-trained guards
Right.
who know how to spot and respond to threats.
Exactly. And then there's the technical side.
Okay.
Things like strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, regular software updates, and intrusion detection systems.
So it's about layering those defenses, creating multiple barriers that make it much harder for attackers to penetrate your systems and compromise your data.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that security is not a one-time setup.
Right.
It's an ongoing process.
Okay.
Threats are constantly evolving, so your defenses need to evolve as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Regularly reviewing your security policies, updating your software, and conducting security audits.
Right.
Those are all essential for staying ahead of the curve.
Okay.
And maintaining a robust security posture.
It sounds like a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
Especially for organizations that might not have dedicated IT security teams.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Right.
There are resources and tools available to help organizations of all sizes
Right.
implement effective security measures.
Good.
And of course, we at Stonefly are always here to help. If you're looking for guidance on latest security best practices or want to explore how our solutions can help you strengthen your defenses,
Yeah.
feel free to reach out to us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website at www.stonefly.com.
Right.
We're always happy to share our expertise and help you create a more secure and resilient data environment.
I think that's a great point to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground from the technical details of volume deletion protection to the broader importance of data security
Right.
and the steps organizations can take to protect their valuable information. But before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
In today's digital world,
Right.
data is more than just ones and zeros.
Yeah.
It's the lifeblood of your business.
It is.
The foundation of your operations, and in many cases, a reflection of your reputation. and the trust your customers place in you,
Right.
protecting that data.
Yeah.
It isn't just an IT issue.
Yeah.
It's a business imperative.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's not just about protecting against major attacks or
Right.
catastrophic events.
Yeah.
It's about the everyday security. That peace of mind, knowing that your data is safe
Right.
from accidental deletion,
Yeah.
human error, or any other unexpected event that could disrupt your business.
And that's where volume deletion protection comes in.
It's that extra layer of security,
Yeah.
that safety net
Right.
that gives you the confidence
Yeah.
to operate in a world where data is constantly at risk.
It's like having that unbreakable lock on your data vault, ensuring that your most critical information remains safe
Yeah.
and accessible no matter what challenges you might face.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
it's not some complex, difficult to implement feature.
Right.
It's built right into our systems, designed to be user-friendly and accessible to organizations of all sizes.
Exactly. You don't need an army of security experts to
Right.
take advantage of this powerful feature.
Right.
It's about making robust data protection
Yeah.
a simple and seamless part of your overall IT strategy.
So for our listeners out there who are ready to take that next step in safeguarding their data,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
I'd say reach out to us at Stonefly.
Okay.
We're passionate about helping organizations protect their valuable data assets.
Right.
Whether you're just starting to think about data security or you're looking to enhance your existing defenses,
Okay.
we're here to guide you.
Great.
You can contact us at sales@stonefly.com
Right.
or visit our website, www.stonefly.com. We have a wealth of resources available, including information about our data protection appliances,
Right.
case studies, white papers, and more.
And I know our team is always happy to have a conversation, answer questions, and help organizations find the right solutions to meet their specific needs.
Absolutely. We're not just a technology provider.
Right.
We're a partner in your data protection journey.
I think that's a great note to end on.
Okay.
Data protection isn't just about technology.
Right.
It's about partnership,
Yeah.
trust,
Mm-hmm.
and a shared commitment to safeguarding what matters most.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So until next time,
All right.
stay safe, stay informed, and keep your data protected.
And remember, for all your data protection needs, Stonefly has you covered.
For further information about our appliances, contact us at sales@stonefly.com or visit our website, www.stonefly.com.